Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo. All right. We're going to get into this. So recently I've been watching They Live. They Live. You know, I've been watching They Live, and it's been really reminding me of a lot of things and putting things on my mind, on my heart. You know, so I want to talk about They Live and how, okay, the person who's conscious, the person who, how you yourself, okay, can keep, okay, that spiritual eye, okay, how to keep it awakening, how to keep it getting clearer, okay? Like a regular prescription, okay, when you first wake up, you see a little bit, you know, we start seeing little eyes, but it goes farther, family. It goes way farther than we know, okay? But our self can only show us, okay, based on what the work we do, okay? So that spiritual sight, how to increase your spiritual sight. How do you go and increase it? Because I want to see, baby. I want to see, and I've been blind so long, okay? So how does one increase their spiritual sight? Well, first, what is spiritual sight? Okay, you should be familiar with the first eye by now, all right? Your first eye sits in the middle of your head, okay? We call it the pineal gland. Okay, the pineal gland is the physical version of your third eye or your first eye, okay? That eye, okay, sits inside of the brain and is connected to your eyes and your ears, okay? It's connected to that, all right? So what you call sight is actually a projection of what that eye has seen, which is why if you go out to a park or something, you see how the kids are just running around having a blast. You know, my son, he be using the damn swings as ramps and all type of stuff, right? But then you look at the adults and they just sitting there, hey, stop. Oh, get off that. Stop having so much fun. Be civil. You know, it's because the eyes is different. The adult simply cannot see anymore what he once did. He simply cannot. Why? Because that spiritual eye has been under attack since you first landed here. Has been under attack, family. For real. It has been under attack. Okay? On a lot of different levels. But they gave you medicine, they gave you food, they give your parents is on a terrible diet. Right? They send you off to school. All that stuff destroys your spiritual sight. It destroys your first eye. Okay? All those things. Okay? Because they weren't teaching you about you, the divine you, the eternal you. They weren't teaching you about that divine light that rests within, okay, that first eye. They weren't teaching you about that. They were teaching you about Christopher Columbus and fake ass history, okay? And that was intentional. It was intentional. They taught you that because they know who you are. And they know if you ever were to wake up, okay, if you ever were to become one who can see, that's what the old lady said, we got one who can see. We got one who can see. That's what she said. If you ever get these glasses on, and you can see what's real, then this place changes, okay? And these quote unquote higher ups, they're like, well, they figured it out, you know? Okay? So that's why that happened. Ultimately, you did it to yourself. You set this whole place up, okay, so you can learn something and go through a change and purify yourself. Okay, but these eyes, they keep getting better based on the work you do, okay? So that's what this video is about, how to increase, how to get that perfect prescription, how to keep going, okay? How to keep finding the next level with these glasses. Because if you watch the movie, they had glasses at first, but then they went to contacts, okay? So it's evolving, okay, family? This thing is not about finding one level of knowledge or understanding and sitting in it, and that's it. That's what religion teaches us in school, okay? But on this path, this journey, it's about ascending. It's about keep going, okay? All right? So this eye has been shut down due to heavy mind control from school and the government, all right? This eye is connected to your ears, and I said that already. It deals in frequencies and essence, okay? It deals in frequencies and essence. This eye don't technically deal with how things look, okay? Because that's how they got you in the first place. That is why on the movie They Live, boom, he was shutting these two eyes down so this eye can see. So this eye, so he can have one who sees, so he can see what was real. All right? That's why in the movie, the nigga who, what's the nigga? My bad, I don't even call him a nigga. The religious guy, he's blind. That's why he's the most powerful brother in the movie. Because he ain't getting confused. He said, even though the world might have took my eyes, the Lord has made me see. The Lord is his first eye. Okay? The Lord is nothing but your first eye. It's your divine self. Okay? And that divine self rests in darkness. Okay? So, if that divine self, if that sight has been in darkness, that first eye has been in darkness, how do you activate it and continue to activate it? How do you strengthen, okay, your glasses? So you ain't out here moving in ignorance. So you ain't out here moving and moving in bad judgments. So you ain't out here moving like a lesser inferior being. So you can move like the divine being that you are. So you can live a life of happiness. So you ain't up and down every day. Like at some point, ain't you tired of being tired? Ain't you tired of being tired? Ain't you tired of the suffering, the arguments? Ain't you tired, boss? So how does one activate that eye? Okay? And I'm going to say, how do you activate that light inside the eye? Your first eye needs light, family. Okay? It needs light. And I'm not talking about, oh, did you know that this is about herbs or this about food or people come from Africa? I ain't talking about that. You need divine light. You need supreme knowledge of thyself. Okay? You're going to find this in your ancient texts, your ancient books, your Srimad Bhagavatams, SRIMAD, okay, BH, okay, what is it, BHAGAVATAM, Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, all the Gitas, Bhagavad Gita, Ashtavakra Gita, all the Gitas. Them books by themselves will help you, okay? They're gonna help you to get into the mode of realization, okay? They're gonna make a clear distinction of what God, people say God, what your divine self is and what it is not, okay? And what's gonna happen is as you're reading these things and listening to it, I ain't talking about one time or just, whatever. I'm talking about stay in it 6-7 times, make it a part of your day, make it a part of your daily life for a minute, okay? Because what's going to happen is once your mind's eye hear this frequency of information, it's going to kick on. Because now you're telling yourself, hey, yourself going to be like, oh, hold up. This nigga, did I just hear? As I told you, it's connected to your ears and your eyes. So it's going to hear that frequency and be like, did this just say, I am not the body? I am not the mind. I am not a person. Did they just? And now yourself is going to be able to work with you. Okay, that I is going to kick on. But that I is not kicking on if all you do is want to be a nigga, want to listen to the rap music, okay? Want to fight this one or argue with that one, okay? It's not kicking on unless you get divine knowledge of self, period. It ain't kicking on, okay? So you must bring light to your eyes. You must bring light. Even in the movie They Live, right? Even in the movie They Live, dude got the sight, but he didn't have the knowledge. That movie, to me, is the beginning of your journey. Okay? When you first wake up. Because he first woke up, first thing he wanted to do is get vengeance, tell everybody, okay? Go march for the people, all right? Go wake people up. First thing he wanted to do. That's us, family. Right now, family, first thing we want to do is wake everybody up. Hey, yeah, man, you know this about? That's the beginnings of the journey. Eventually you realize, hey, this path ain't for everybody. And the information you're getting is simply for you. And it ain't for you to go and bang somebody over the head with, okay? It's for you to get yourself together. It's for you to get yourself together, okay? It's for you to straighten yourself out. Okay. All right. So definitely need to get some light to your mind, family. You got to light up the darkness. Like I said, that eye's been sitting in darkness, man. That eye's been sitting in darkness. You got to bring light to your eye. And that's going to take you sitting your ass down, just like you did in school. Okay. Just like when they killed that light the first time, they made you repeatedly sit down, read, write, recite, that repetition. You got to do the same thing now. If you want to truly grow and ascend in your own being, you got to do the same thing now, family. You got to do it. You got to do the same thing right now. Okay? You ain't finna just watch one video or learn one fact and that's it. No, you must stay in the knowledge. Okay? What else? How else do you activate this? Now, once you get that light, you must get into the art of letting go. Letting go, detachment, which is detaching the mind. Okay? This is not always, detachment ain't always meaning cutting somebody off. Okay? Alienating yourself from somebody. That's not what that means. Okay? But when you read this and you read this information, you start realizing, damn, so you telling me my family I have, that exists in this material realm, but truly I have no family at all? That don't mean cut your damn family off. That means you move with that understanding. This is truly not my family, okay? That's all that means. That's all that means. You get into this mode of letting go. Okay, letting go of the lies, letting go of the old mindsets, letting go of the poison in your heart, the molestation, the abuse, okay, the trauma, healing, okay, letting these things go. Because as you get in that new light, you must clear out what was already there, family. Letting go and unlearning is just as important, if not more important, than learning. Majority of this walk is going to be on unlearning. Okay? Unlearning. You got to think. You done went 20, 30 years just now finally hearing the word first eye. Just now. We got years of spiritual rehabilitation to do. Years of spiritual rehabilitation to do, man. We got years. Okay, so this stuff is baby steps. You know, it's a process that has to happen. Okay, but if you truly want to be about this walk and you truly want to become, okay, who you really are, because we are not You're not who you think you are, family. You have things going on inside of you that are beyond explanation. Okay? That is why they work so hard to make sure they live and you sleep. They don't want you to have the glasses on. They don't want you to see with the real eye. All right? Okay? And truthfully, at some point, once you get this knowledge, it's your choice. Eventually, there is no they. You don't want to see. So, family, you know, that's just part of it. You have to consistently get your mind in this mode of letting go. My families, you know, you got to get into that observer mode. If you watch the movie They Live, he only stumbles on these glasses based on, he was just observant, man. He was so observant. He asked the dude, he said, y'all was in church pretty late last night. They said, oh yeah, you know, we help a lot of people. We said 4 a.m. If you peep the movie, he observing, man. He don't say much. He just observes. So that's what you're going to become. Okay? To truly get this understandings of who you are and to keep increasing your spiritual sight and awareness, okay, you must become more and more the observer and less of the participant of life. Okay? You're going to become the one who kind of sits back and you're going to activate this observer gene, this observer thing. Okay? You're going to be like the eagle. The eagle flies high. Okay? Right now we moving like sparrows, you know, going crazy, you know, slapping everywhere. But truthfully, you can unlock a part of you where you become that ego. Okay? I say ego. Eagle. You become the eagle. All right? Another thing to activate that eye, you must stay consistently accepting the fact that you do not know nothing. All right? You don't know nothing. The man who knows something knows that he knows nothing at all. You got to embody that. Okay? Because a lot of this information will go straight to your head. Okay? But you must continually tell yourself, I know nothing. Okay? Because what that's going to do is open your heart up. And I ain't talking about this. I'm talking about that eye, that spiritual heart, that eye. Okay? To increase your sight spiritually, you got to keep it open. And you must just continue to tell yourself, can you accept that you truly don't know nothing? Oh, what do you mean, Ike? What hand did I just raise? Everybody probably say, oh, that's your left hand. That's your left hand. Why you say that? Someone told you this is the left hand. Nigga, this can be a middle foot. What color is that wall? You might say orange. Well, who told you that's orange? So you never truly know nothing, okay? So that don't mean be crazy and all right. Hey, I ain't nothing. It's nothing. You know, I'm just saying. Hey, keep yourself open, okay? So you need to do a process of taking clothes off, putting new clothes on, and realizing the clothes that you put on can change. Okay? That's what this thing is. All right? If you want to continue to allow yourself to show you more. Okay? If you want to continue to have awakenings. Okay? If you want to continue to become light, you must, okay, continue to fill your mind with light. Okay? The right information, because there's a lot of the wrong information being put out. A lot of the wrong information being put out. Okay? I always said the information don't lead back to self. It's just something to talk. It's just something for good conversation. Okay, but you want to get into the information that leads back to you, that leads back to realizations, that's going to help you in letting go. Okay, because the more you let go, you become light, family. You literally change. You literally change. Like I'm telling you, let go. Let go, okay, of life itself. Okay? Realize that life itself, somebody runs it for you. You know? Your job ain't real. Family, this life, I got this water right here. You thinking that life, this whole time, your life you living is literally a little droplet inside of this bottle, you know? That's it. You think your life, this whole damn chain, whole time right now, you just a little bead on it. And once you transition, okay, and you ascend up out of here, you'll realize that. But you can realize it now. Okay? Don't take this life too serious. Like, don't. Okay? That's why you have to get your mind into this information. Because we only take it serious based on the fact that we identify with the body. We have no knowledge of the material existence, okay? We have no knowledge of what the matrix really is, okay? It's the external energy. We do not have any understanding that only thing truly real about us is our blissful nature, our true nature, our everlasting, eternal nature. But once you understand these things switch up for you, okay? Things switch up for you, because there will be no more, hey man, hey, this nigga hating on me, man, all this shit, you know, this be happening, that happened. Once you start getting in your mind that, damn, you telling me I existed before I came in this body and I'm gonna exist after, and while I'm here, I also exist on like so many other timelines, and they told me it was dreams, but you telling me I'm everywhere all at once? Like, so why am I tripping over this? Like, hate on me if you want to, like, okay? And then you're gonna see, once you start putting that light in your body and that light start activating in you, that shit falls. See, that's another way, you know, myself, I can tell, yeah, whatever. People who always into some shit, I don't care if they got an ankh on. You ain't there because certain shit don't even come your way. Certain things don't even happen to you. There is no, oh, this motherfucker hater, and I'm about to cut this off, and oh, that stuff goes away from you because you go to another frequency of yourself. You go to another place where you don't even deal with that no more, man. That stuff falls. Haters and enemies and having to cut and all that beef and all that stuff falls, man. Okay? But if you keep moving like a nigga, okay, you keep moving like in your ignorance, that stuff stays. But if you do what I'm telling you, okay, check out the books, you know, stay in them. Get the sense of, hit me up. Hey, what are you talking about? Like, what books? Like, okay. Because then you get into these books, and then you go back to stuff like the Bible, and you be like, dang, this is a whole different book. Because you didn't know yourself before you read. Now you know your eternal nature. Now you didn't convince your mind and made new neural pathways of your grand existence and what you truly are. Now you done did the work. Now you can go back and you're gonna come back as that observer, like I said. Okay? So to activate that I, you need light, which is knowledge, divine supreme knowledge, okay? The Vedic text, the Hindu text, okay? Okay, then you're gonna be able to understand your Bible, your Kabbalion, your Egyptian Book of the Dead. But go and get these texts that have been around, quote unquote, 5,000 years and such, okay? Because these unlock something in you. They unlock like that. They do something. They unlock something in you, okay? Get your mind in the consistent flow of letting go. You know, just get your mind in those thoughts. That what happened to you as a kid is not your story no more. Okay? Consistently let go of the poisonous heart. You got to be in a constant mode of letting go, man, because this is going to be required into your brain, into your mind, into it's something that you do so much to where it just happens. Okay? Consistently accept that you know nothing and that everything in your life was a lie. Everything your mama told you, the school system told you, religion told you was a lie. That way you open yourself up, you open your mind up to accept new things. All right? Then your divine self can work with you. Then they can start showing you stuff because you don't resisting it, right? Because you've let go. Okay? So if you do those things, man, get the light, stay in some ancient texts, consistently do these things. Constantly tell yourself, I know nothing. Constantly let go of the past. Constantly do heart work, healing. You're going to activate that eye. And these glasses, nigga, I'm telling you. You think you done seen something? It's more to see, family. It's more to see. And you're going to see more and more how they live and you sleep. They live while the people sleep. All right? And what's going to happen is you're going to become like that blind man. You're going to become invisible, which means you're going to stop looking with these eyes to find yourself. You're going to go based on the Egyptian proverb to never search for yourself in the world, but search for the world in yourself. And through you doing the inner work on you, okay, through you letting go of things, through you letting go of the poisonous heart, through you letting go of that darkness, through you bringing light to your being, you're going to see that the world changed, and you're going to see why they never wanted you to get them glasses. Because through you, the world changes. Every time you level up, the entire world level up. Because you're not just a human, family. You're not just this human being. They told you you're human. No. You're way more. Now, I don't know what the hell you is. I don't know what to call you. But you're not human. Okay? You're not human. Okay? Human is just something you do. Okay? Me, with the flat screen on the wall, and I got the keyboard right here, and I gotta go out and talk to some of the goddesses, and that's the human. Okay? Me going to work is the human, but I am not human. And if you read these texts, you will see that is not new information. We've never been human, family. We've just been placed under heavy control. Okay? And it's up to you. It's up to you to break out. So what's going to happen when you continue to activate this eye, the spiritual eyesight? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if you stay in these Gitas and you stay in this mode of self-realization and you start letting go of all the things of the past? You start letting go of these old mindsets and beliefs. You start healing the darkness of the heart. Okay? You start forgiving those who did you wrong. All right? You leave the world behind. You don't care about it no more. Whatever. You become like that child. My son don't give a damn about what's going on in the world. That nigga wake up and he's back on his life. He just focused on him. That's what I'm trying to be like. I don't want to hear what these niggas doing out here. I can't stand it. I can't stand on somebody. You hear what Diddy and you hear what these happening. This, stop and that's nothing. Stop looking up to these goddamn celebrities. Please. Okay, don't you understand? Hold on, what's the book? Secret Covenant, man. Go get the book Secret Covenant and watch that movie They Live. He says it in the movie. They use the rich and powerful against us. They find somebody your skin color and they put them up a certain place, and they use these people to keep your mind at a certain frequency. So every time we sit here and we talk about these people as if they're beyond us or they're special and they're on the pedestal, like, no, man. You're the greatest thing in your life. You're the greatest thing here. You go farther than all these niggas. So I don't want to hear about no celebrity, man. I don't care what they got going on, okay? Because I got me to take care of, you know? So what's going to happen when you do all these things? Anyway, I went on a tangent. What's going to happen is what once looked like freedom will begin to look like slavery. All right? See, what's going to happen is you're going to put these bad boys on. You're going to look at something. You might look at a McDonald's or something. And it always is like a regular restaurant. But once you got them eyes right, once you watch that first Netflix series and you seen how bad food was, you put those on, that McDonald's then said, come murder yourself. Kill your divinity, okay? What once looked like a nice children's hospital, a great establishment, newly remodeled, with the best doctors in the world, you put these on, you're gonna see what it really is. We experiment on children, okay? Kill your child, bring them here, okay? School, education, which once looked like, oh man, they getting educated, they getting their degree. You're gonna look, it's gonna say slave. Okay? It's gonna say slave. So what once looked like freedom is gonna start to look like slavery to you. That's one thing that's gonna happen when you do this. Okay? Because you're gonna change. You're gonna start seeing things for what it is. Okay? You're gonna start looking, you're gonna be looking at relationships, but once look like, oh, I need me a relationship, oh, look at them, you're gonna start being like, you're gonna just be different, man. That's all I'm saying. You're gonna start seeing how this system puts chains on people and have them under these forms of control, okay? Another thing that's gonna happen is once you step away outside of life, and you start to see, okay, my job is, even though I go to my damn job every day, this shit's mind control, man. Even though, hey, my son's my little nigga, nigga ain't really my son like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my son, but I exist outside of being his father. You see what I'm saying? Once you start to take a step back and you cause a separation with yourself. Okay, you got the human, and then you got this other being that exists. Okay, you got that light being. Once you do that, yourself is gonna start showing you in different dimensions. They're gonna start showing you all over. You're gonna start having dreams of yourself. It's just gonna become crazy. Cause now they can show you more of you. Okay, they're not gonna show you more of you. One, if you're not ready. Okay, and two, if you don't got the mind for it. But you will start seeing things. I'm talking about, you might be asleep one day and wake up and it'd be a black hole in your damn room, like a portal. I'm just saying, you might see it. All right? You might be in a dream space one day. You might, I might be Aikisha, in a dream space. I might be sitting somewhere with titties and ass and everything. And I wake up, I'm back here. I had a dream one day, I got 2 kids, a wife. We live in a castle, house magical as hell. The house clean itself and cook and shit just moving around just based on the energy. I remember I went to sleep and I heard rock music that sounded so good. I was so pissed off when I woke up. I said, you telling me outside of here they got rock music? Man, now I can't look at music here the same. You see? Now I can't look at music here the same. So when you're ready, yourself will show you things. And what's gonna happen is you ain't gonna care that much about human. You ain't gonna care that much about life. You gonna be, what they be saying, nonchalant, or you gonna become nonchalant. Cause you're gonna be just like, all right. Like you're not finna be emotional once you start understanding your dreams is not just a dream. This is literally you in other forms, dimensions, realities. You exist there too. Okay? You just been entrapped here. Okay? And convinced that this is the real deal Holyfield, and this is the only thing the man know. This is boom. That's how quick this thing gonna go past. Okay, it seemed like a long story. But just like them Disney movies where they fight a dragon and they say the princess and do this and do that, and then boom, at the end of the movie, it was just the end of the story. It was all a dream. That's what this life is. So you're not gonna take it serious, okay? And when you get off of that serious frequency, that love frequency now can return through you, okay? Like the children. You're gonna become that ancient child again, I'm telling you. The children they have that love frequency because they ain't taking life serious. The adults' hearts have become hardened based on the darkness of their minds. Based on that spiritual eye has been shut down. Okay? If you watch the movie They Live, right? The black dude, the white dude like, hey, here, I'm trying to save your life with these. Here, I'm trying to show you. What'd he say? Oh, I got a wife and the kids and a job, and I ain't losing it at all. That's what he say, right? That's what he say. That's us. That's us when what happens over time. You become hardened, and your life just amounts to nothing but your wife, your kids, and your job. Okay, when you're so much more. Okay, those are simply things you do here, but you go farther. But his resistance, his hardness is what happens. He wouldn't want to see it, okay, because they had convinced his mind that all he was a husband and a father. Okay, does this say husband and father? Does this say 9 to 5 worker? Does this say American citizen? Does this symbol say I'm a real nigga? Another thing is you will become indifferent to the world. Okay, things that once looked normal to you, you're gonna start saying that is not normal. Okay, like I said, I hear people say, man, you know, I got haters and motherfuckers be hating on me. That's not a normal thing, okay? Seeing people fight and want to harm each other, you will get to a place where that is foreign to you, okay? People saying stuff like this, oh, I'm just looking for love. Oh, I just want to be loved. That idea will become foreign to you. You'll be like, what are you, right? Because this information will let you know the truth about love, and love is not an external thing. It's not something you chase or find. It's something you realize. You actually realize love within by taking off the poisonous thoughts of love you've been given, the false beliefs of love you've been given, okay? So you become indifferent to what is considered the norm here, okay? Because this thing don't say, hey, get married. This thing don't say, hey, have kids. This thing don't say, hey, your job is life, your money is life, your materials is life. That's not what this says. That's not what this symbol says, does it? Okay? You're gonna start to not take people serious. All right? Because once you get these eyes on, you're going to see them for what they are. Dead. You're going to start to see, like, you know, I still go around family and cousins and I hear them talking and all that, you know, but you don't take them serious because it's like, you're not real. Like, I'm not real. Okay? So you're not real. So you stop reacting to people. You know, somebody might say something to you and you just say, You don't care. Like, I don't know. You might just walk off on their ass or be like, okay. Because you don't got to react. Someone told to even feel like you must react and have the last thing is ignorance, man. That is something we learned here. But outside of this realm and the more higher frequencies of yourself, that is not a thing, man. Okay, so you stop taking people serious. Okay? Another thing is life becomes easier for you. Your human life should become easier the more you focus on your spiritual side. Okay, the more you focus on who you truly are and what's really going on. The more you look through these eyes. See, what once looked like something else, once you put these on, you see it for what it is. So once you get over the whole feelings and the process of all the, all life, and once all that settles, life will become easier. Because there's going to be a peace that you're going to find within yourself that you would never have gotten through this constant consuming of material energy, through vacations and relationships and new money. That stuff it will never ever bring you what knowledge of self can bring you. Knowledge of self, nothing here can compare to what knowledge of self can bring you, man. I'm telling you, and life will become easier. It will become easier because you're less emotional, okay? And you have less desires. Okay? Desires is the main thing causing people to have depression, anxiety, fear, depression. Desires are not good. Desires are not good, family. A lot of times the difficulty you believe you have in life is because you have desires and because you don't understand the power of you. You don't understand just by you saying, oh, this is hard. Oh, I don't got nothing. Oh, I'm this and I'm that. By you claiming life, you bring disastrous frequencies upon yourself. You poison your own mind because you're telling this highly advanced entity called a brain, okay? The brain simply goes on what it knows. So if you keep telling yourself, oh, life is hard, and that's why I don't deal in the whole black struggle thing, the whole black victim mentality thing. I don't do that, man. Okay, because based on what the information I've been given, okay, we the most powerful thing here. Anyways, there's no victim. The victim mentality gets you nowhere. You simply want to be a victim because you don't want to change. You don't want to admit and accept that you the one who's bringing the chaos to your life. You are the poisonous figure in your life. Okay, so you constantly want to point the finger. But what grandma say when you point the finger? There's 3 pointing back at you, baby. So, I'm just saying, life becomes easier when you remove all of the dirt that have been placed on your glasses. When you remove all of the filth that's been placed in your mind. When you remove all the false beliefs and lies, things become clear. Okay? You get clarity. That's what's supposed to happen on this walk. You're supposed to be having the best life ever the more work you do. The more you face self, okay? Okay, the more you work on that heart, the more you purify yourself, your life's supposed to become better, okay? And the less you focus on human, because this realm is set up for you to be in the chaotic energy. That's why you must take your walk serious and stay focused and get the information, okay? You're not supposed to be living like everybody else. You're not supposed to be having struggle talk. Okay? You understand yourself to be this divine entity that rests in you. Okay? So move like it. All right? Another thing that happens, okay, and this is all based on just my experiences, you become extremely sensitive to low frequencies. Okay? So at one point you might have been able to, people call, it's my ignorant music. This my ignorant music. It's that trap. At one point you might have been able to listen to that. But once you get into these, get that light activated within your head, okay? Get them glasses on, and the more powerful that sight gets, okay? You won't be able to take them low frequency music, TV shows, conversations. Like it's gonna be something in you just gonna be like, no. I can't sit here on the speakers and play certain things. Myself gonna be like, okay, nigga, like, really, turn it off. I feel it over my whole being, okay? You're just gonna become very sensitive, okay? Like a dog. You know, a dog be knowing shit about to pop off before it happened. That's how you gonna become, okay? Because that energy in you is waking up, okay? What Morpheus said to Neo, he's starting to believe. Yes, once that energy starts to wake up in you, okay? So you're gonna change, family. This thing is about becoming, okay? Spirituality is not about the knowledge and the information and being able to recite it and share it and who better than what and what's the best practice. And it ain't about all that, man. There's truly things about becoming light, okay? Taking clothes off and letting that entity that has been asleep and dormant and resting in darkness all these years come to life, okay? And taking over, okay? To the point where you ain't gotta do nothing. That's why Jesus would say shit like, I live to do my Father's will. Because he was done trying to be the man Jesus. He truly, fully let his divine self take over. That divine light, okay, in his eye, this third eye, okay? So go check out They Live, family. Go check out They Live, because that movie is a great movie and a great reminder to keep you, that this thing is you must keep going, okay? You had your eyes, but hey, it's more to see, family, okay? You go farther, all right? You go farther. So I'm out of here, man. Peace.